Have you heard the news? Disney just cast me to star in Cinderella as Cinderella. America, what happened to you? Why did your uncle with the truck, the flag, and the Facebook account suddenly become a philosopher warrior against modern civilization? And I always say, because of Disney. They're actually changing their name to Woke Disney World. There's going to be a women's bathroom for men only and a men's bathroom for women only. They're going to have a separate bathroom for every single gender, and I think that's 38. MAGA did not emerge because of taxes or factories closing or gays or blacks or even Trump. No, Disney did it. Mickey Mouse did it. They radicalized America. We all thought Disney was just pumping out children's movies, cute animals singing, princesses twirling. It all started innocently enough, nothing harmful. And then came The Last Jedi. Oh my God, what's that? Ew, get that out of here. The Last Jedi, the film that broke America in half. I remember when I was 6 years old in 1983. Ever since then, I always dreamed of seeing Luke Skywalker, my hero, milking a cow. I don't know, Ryan, why don't you just have him suck the tit? You think January 6th was about election fraud? It was about Luke Skywalker milking a cow. That was the day every dad in America looked at the screen and said, you know what? I think I'm going to storm the Capitol someday. And people thought I was overreacting back then. It's just a movie, they said, rolling their eyes. Calm down, it's fiction. And I said, like it or not, movies pass as present-day art, and art shapes societies. It's just fiction. Well, fiction is politics now. Ray picked up a lightsaber, and suddenly your neighbor decided the only way to save the Constitution was to put a rifle rack on his Honda Civic. Oh God, somebody deport this thing. Look, we're not interested in you. Get out of here. Ah, that's more like it. This woman is starring as the new Captain America, or I think the new Iron Man, or maybe Thor. I forget. They're still deciding. Wait, now where was I? Let's just look at the picture. Oh yeah, Marvel. Every year, another film with a colorful poster that looks like a Skittles commercial got into a head-on collision with a sociology textbook. You want a superhero movie? No, you're getting a TED Talk with punching. The bad guys aren't just aliens, they're systemic oppression. And the heroes aren't just brave, they're more than that, they're invulnerable. And they're not just invulnerable, they're diverse gay females who spend more time explaining their pronouns than actually saving the world. There's one scene in Captain Marvel that I'll never forget, where someone says to her, now listen, young lady, and she says, if you call me young lady one more again and I'm gonna punch you in the face. I mean, his condescension was rude, but calling her a young lady, there's nothing wrong with being a young lady. Most ladies wish they were young ladies, especially old ladies. Thanos, or Thanos to be politically correct, didn't snap his fingers because of the population imbalance. He snapped because he couldn't take one more lecture about privilege. And then this. Looks like a superhero Marvel show to me. Bunch of middle-aged women who look like they just came from the supermarket, with their obligatory gay kid friend. And then Disney decided to take their first movie, Snow White, a movie based on a time and a place that is now politically incorrect. And they said, let's make it now. Everything about it is politically incorrect, so let's do it. I mean, the girl's actual name is about her being white. Let's do it. We'll cast a female with brown skin so that it would be more correct to call her Sand Brown. And I mean that with no insult intended. And that part about and the seven dwarves, well, let's get rid of them because little people need safe spaces too. Disney was so woke, they fired the dwarves. Imagine that. You think coal miners in West Virginia saw that headline and thought, yes, this company really understands me. Well, no, they saw Snow White, which should have been called Sand Brown, without dwarves, and went straight to a MAGA rally. It's the mandatory diversity that people hate. I can't get married today without my best man being either black or gay or, I don't know, a dwarf. It's the mandatory diversity. Even though diversity is a good thing, being told you have to do it makes you not want to do it, or it at least annoys you. Now, I didn't mind the Agatha All Along show. However, at a certain point it felt like a slumber party for middle-aged women, where they even did karaoke, and they played dress up and they put on, different outfits, and just a lot of middle-aged women arguing with each other. People feel like they can't be straight anymore. Like if you're not making out with a man in a rainbow tank top at Pride, you're basically Hitler. No joke, I've got a gay trans friend who tells me everybody has a little gay in them. And you know what, I agree. But I told her, or him I guess, I'm allowed to be only into women. And she looked me in the eye and said, that means you're closeted. So the fact that I claim to only be into women means that I'm hiding. That means I'm even more gay. Because if you really don't want to make out with a guy, then you must have repressed gay feelings. And I told him, I guess I'll call it him, I'm allowed to be repulsed by seeing two men kiss. And he said he had to acknowledge, you're right, you do have a right to not be turned on by that. Okay, thanks. I don't think it's unreasonable to say that it's okay for me to only be attracted to hot, young, white, blonde supermodels. I'll never get one, not at my age. I've had luck in the past, but no more in my age. I don't even get blondes in my dreams. Hot, sweet, Swedish supermodels. If I had my way, they'd be the only ones allowed in Canada. No men. The only people that are allowed to immigrate into Canada are hot, blonde supermodels. And this is how MAGA got created. It wasn't about economics or morality or islamophobia or even patriotism. It was the fact that Bob Iger looked at Marvel Phase 4 and said, you know what this franchise needs? A subplot about how straight white guys suck. And every middle-aged guy in Iowa said, that's it, I'm buying a red hat. Now, I hate MAGA, and I think Trump, I think my dog, I don't have a dog, but I think my dog has more intelligent things to say than he does. The real irony is that MAGA claims to hate woke Disney, but secretly they love it. Because every time Disney releases something insane, MAGA gets stronger. You merely adopted the woke. I was born in it, molded by it. Sean Connery. Breathe it in. Take a long drag. Trump didn't need campaign ads. He just needed Disney to announce a gender-fluid Buzz Lightyear. I wonder if that's true. I never saw the dumb movie. And boom, 10 more Senate seats. You know what kind of movie I'd watch every single time, no matter how bad it was? A ghost haunting hot blonde chicks. You could make that movie with a $5 budget, filmed in someone's mom's basement, with a guy in a sheet saying boo, and I'd still be there opening night. But you know what movie I would never watch, even for free, and even if it was great? A ghost haunting fat old men. Life already haunts fat old men enough. They don't need ghosts, they need personal trainers. And this is where Marvel and Star Wars keep screwing up. They keep giving us fat old men as the centerpieces. I don't want my Jedi to look like my uncle after a Thanksgiving nap. So the next time you ask, why did Trump win? Don't look at the polls, don't look at Russia, don't look at the economy, look at modern day art. Art shapes societies. Look at Disney, because somewhere in that streaming service between a Marvel spin-off nobody asked for and a Star Wars prequel about a character no one remembers, America lost its mind. So, Disney awoke MAGA. Disney woke MAGA. And wait till you see a remake of Bambi. Then we'll get another insurrection. Now, I'm going to end this with an anecdote, which I just have to keep repeating because I can't believe it actually happened. Now, this was probably in 2010. I was with a friend in a bar. And my friend, she got in a conversation with an old black woman. And somehow the conversation led to them talking about when you point to a black person and you say, that black guy, the elderly black woman said, that's what you're supposed to say. But if you say that guy, then you're being racist, because you shouldn't be afraid to say that black guy. So I'm going to repeat. This old lady was telling my friend that she was racist for saying that guy over there when she notices somebody who's black instead of that black guy. That's racist. And my friend eventually burst into tears because she felt like she was being called a racist. And she looked at me and she goes, how long is this going to keep going on? And I go, 10 years. And it actually was about exactly 10 years. See, you got these super left-wing people who play the race card until there's no cards left. And then, okay, well, I remember back in the day, Kanye West was on TV during some riot, some black thing that was going on. And he goes, George W. Bush hates black people. And I'm like, oh, come on. Like, don't look at you playing the race card. Kanye. I wonder what he was going to go on to do. Disney and MAGA, left and right, two sides of the same coin. But what do you think?